Oh, a photo. The bins, girl, the bins. Oh, God, the Victoria bin. Hello, beautifuls. Welcome back to my Chanel. And welcome to another episode of Secret Eaters.
Peaches and onions. That's the secret.
Make sure you're sitting down comfortably, grab yourself a beverage, pop your little hanger right into your secret hole. And let's get straight into it today, shall we, my loves? Yes.
Beautiful.
Britain has got a big, fat secret. Each year...
Well, it's nice to know that we started again with the idea of saying the word fat like a slur. She loves it, doesn't she? She's like, fat. Like, that doesn't actually help people on a weight management journey, does it? No.
I've actually put on a stone in the last year.
Getting bigger and bigger. Yet many of us say we don't know why.
It's a no, girl. It's a no. There is, I must say, this show, I've only done one episode so far. This show does like to lean into trying to kind of shame people into understanding somewhat a delusion around a weight management journey. Now, if you don't know me, my name's Luxeria, and I've been on a weight management journey for the last 5 years, nearly 6. Isn't that alarming? I can't believe 2019 is nearly 6 years ago. Very upsetting. I got to a point in my life where I just wasn't happy with what I saw in the mirror, and I was starting to experience health problems from carrying extra weight. And I tried to approach my weight loss journey with sustainability, which was making small but incremental changes in my life, measuring how much is going in to measuring how much is going out, over time to hit several different goals and to not punish or shame myself if I didn't quite reach those goals. That's what's so important, and that is what TV shows like this didn't really necessarily do back in the day. It was all kind of like, shame the woman, shame her, shame.
Shame.
And does shaming change behaviour? No, it makes it more secretive.
Yeah, Nigel, not seen you around these neck of woods for ages.
Oh, it's being a secret, sissy.
In the back alley?
Oh, my favourite.
I suppose. Secret eaters.
I don't think I am eating more.
Slowing down in metabolism, I think.
Slowing
We've
down
got a
of the
theory
metabolism.
about why people are putting on weight.
We're secret eaters.
There we go, girly wigs. Secret woman.
But
God.
studies show that most of these are made without even thinking.
Yes, this is
No
the
wonder
issue,
we
isn't it?
have
And
no-
I'm going to say, I've said it before, I say it again, a lot of it isn't necessarily, that is the greasiest, my goodness, if I had this, my stomach would be like,
Hello, I have a very important appointment with death.
Tonight on 999.
Is it maybe a spirit who's struggling with IBS?
the environment that we live in, the socioeconomic, I was going to say downturn, well, let's be honest, the socioeconomic environment that we live in, if we walk into a supermarket, all of the areas are like bright neon sugar, ladled with sugar and oil and sugar. We know it's not the best choice for us, but it is so difficult to not only just make the decision and be like, no, I'm not getting that. You also have to factor in the cost. You have to factor in the fact that every single product in that supermarket is visually and like mentally designed to make you purchase it with years and years and years and years and years of like marketing research behind it. Makes you realize it's not quite as straightforward as, well, just stop eating that then. There's lots of other factors to take into consideration, but I'm also saying that that doesn't absolve some level of personal responsibility. I think nowadays, especially with what's happening in the political sphere, shall we say, our healthcare and our future as a society needs to be taken, the control needs to be taken back a little bit to our personal selves, I think. So if you can, now's the time, I think.
No wonder we have no idea just how much we're eating.
No.
To put our theory to the test,
Oh, I do like
we've come up with an
potatoes.
extreme
a vegetable medley.
experiment.
Tis a bit. Right, here we
We're
go.
exposing
POV pop
eating
eating,
habits
which is
of
the
the
thing that makes
nation,
me kind of go,
one household at a time.
Oh, the
Putting all those
bins.
sneaky mouths.
Oh, yes, I forget. This one, this specific series here, employs private investigators as if shaming people isn't quite enough. It does come in and go, what have you been doing, Margaret?
I don't know if you're a detective or a pervert.
We saw you eat a floopy zebra, not a slut. And I don't really know if that's like appropriate. I mean, I guess it's one of those things of like, this is also a TV show. So putting your producer hat on would make people more interested to watch under the guise of like,
Oh, what's he taking a photo of? He's just by the bins.
I mean, he is literally just outside near a wall. Like, what is, I'd love to know what he's actually taking a photo of here. That's also a bridge camera. I work at a camera shop.
Putting all those sneaky mouthfuls under 24
Sneaky
hour surveillance
Susan,
and
snacking
presenting
on
the forensic
snakes.
evidence in our incident room.
Not the
before they
incident room.
embark
Oh, yes, I
on a
forget.
10-week healthy eating plan.
The illustrious doorway to shame.
Oh, blimey, what's going on here?
Oh, blimey!
Plus,
That is so British to see something like slightly alarming, perhaps, and go,
Oh, blimey, meow mucker, what the flippity dibbers is going on there?
so British. Remember,
Plus,
moderation.
we're revealing the inside
no
scientific
consideration.
secrets behind why we
See,
all
look at how like
It looks
addictive all this
larger, doesn't
food
it? In
is.
fact, they're both the same size.
Is that my little biscuit? Is that my little biscuit? Is that little biscuit? Are you a secret eater, little biscuit? Yes. You were the star of a short film, weren't you? Mummy's first short film, yes. Good boy. Go on then. What a great time for one of the top comments from the last episode of Secret Eaters, my lovelies. And that is by Erica J 5180. And they say, I love that you are doing these reactions. Diet culture and anti-diet culture have become so viciously black and white, and your commentary is so measured and realistic. I appreciate your science brain when you approach these subjects. Thank you, Erica. That is a huge compliment. I do want to say, though, sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes I do. I'm just a YouTuber who's got a science degree who is trying to make sense of the world and my place within it, shall we say. I do think the online conversations, especially around diet culture, are so toxic both ways, because we have, on one hand, people saying, doesn't matter what you do with your body, you've got no chance of changing it, never take any personal responsibility for what you do because you are a queen. And then on the other hand, we have people that are like, if you do that, you deserve to die. How do you navigate those conversations, huh? How do you do it? You try and approach it in a way that's measured and sustainable. And it's all about you individually. Like, you can measure a group of people, you can measure a population of a country, but that doesn't necessarily measure personal happiness. And that is the key, I think, at the end of the day, is this a good choice for you? Is this journey a good choice for you to undertake? Where can you go wrong with that? Let's be honest. Oh, slammed in the closet of secret eating shame.
I've struggled with my weight
she is.
all
Big
my life,
deal.
and it's now become a bit of a professional obsession for me. I've written a book about it, I've presented shows about it, and if there's one truth I know, if you are serious about losing weight, you have to be absolutely honest about what you're really eating.
I agree, Anna Richardson. Now, Anna and her Bob were everywhere in 2000s diet TV culture. Some good, some bad, some absolutely bonkers.
Tiramisu.
I just want to elucidate further on what I said earlier. Look at all of this British supermarket sugar. All of this, I think everyone here can understand that none of this would be considered a healthy diet. Like, if you really are like eating for nutrition, none of this, all of this is nutritionally void. All of it. Yet, brightly coloured packaging to resemble fruits and vegetables, bright neon ladies, there's a deal, only £1, girl. Yeah, if you want to go and buy a salad, which will give you one meal, it could be 3 or 4 times the price of that. And that's one of these things that these shows never, ever really talk about, is the economic impact of cheap nutrition devoid food.
About what you're really eating.
Off she goes, girl.
So,
Snatch.
over the next few weeks,
Right.
I'll be helping 6 households. Today's household is a husband, wife, and lodger from Hull.
And lodger. Husband,
Desperate
wife,
to
and
lose
lodger.
weight,
Oh,
they've asked
polyamory.
Hooray! Everyone's a winner.
First, 14 stone 12 Mike.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That is £4 heavier than I was at my largest. Oh my god, he's also like similar height to me. I'm 1 inch taller than this guy. So that's fascinating. I never really see someone, I was going to use the word representation then, but I'm not entirely sure if that's quite, if I would really say that. I'm saying on a weight loss journey similar to mine.
I'm a radio presenter, DJ. I also have my insurance brokers. It keeps me busy. I'm always working.
Me too. Always
Next,
working.
Mike's wife Dawn, who weighs in at 14 stone 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm 49 years old, I shall shortly be 50, and I work at Tesco's.
And lastly, friend and lodger Gareth, a hefty 29 stone 10.
Oh my
29
goodness.
years
Sorry,
old.
but he's really tall, isn't he?
29.
6'9". 6'9" for context. My boyfriend is 6'2" and he's about like here. You can't say here. 6'9" is really tall. Very tall woman for a very tall Wig.
Help!
I'm 29 years old. I'm a taxi driver at the
29?
moment, and my nickname is the Big G.
Big
People
G.
call me Big G because I'm 6'9"
Big.
tall.
Girl.
I'm really big.
God, they really
In
wanted that
total,
angle, didn't
this
they?
household is a
love the bouquet.
staggering 24 stone overweight, but they just don't know why.
Just don't know.
I feel my size does not reflect what I eat, and I would really like to know where I am going wrong.
Okay. This is really going to focus on the aspect of delusion, isn't it? Because a lot of it comes from lack of education. I think when people are making meals for themselves and other people, unless you are accurately weighing every single ingredient, for a long time, you don't really know what it is that you're putting in that meal. Because we can all like pick up a handful of something and be like, that's about 100 grams. And then you go to weigh it and it's like 500 or something ludicrous. And you're like, oh, this is grossly incorrect. Oops. In science, we have something called a fair test, which is you only change a single thing during an investigation to understand if that single thing has an outcome that changes the result. So I'm very analytical minded. I don't know if everyone else is here. Probably not. I'm just a bit weird like that. I love data. I love numbers. I love understanding how things can affect other things. And if you are on a weight management journey, whether that's getting bigger and bulkier to put on muscle mass through bulking, or whether that's reducing your body weight, the way that you can make accurate decisions is by understanding what goes in and what goes out.
I just tend to keep growing and growing and growing. I just don't seem to stop.
My weight is just going up and up and up.
I seem to have put on half a stone each year, every year, till I've got to the size that I am now.
I think the problem is maybe I have a slow metabolism, but I think it's just a mystery. I don't know.
I've been to Slimming World, I've been to Weight Watchers, I've done the cabbage soup diet, I've done the Mayo Clinical diet, I've done the egg diet, I've done the grapefruit diet, but I didn't like grapefruit, so I substituted them for oranges.
Although this trio...
Oh, that's such a shame, because clearly she has something in her mind that's like, I want to do this, I want to undertake this journey. The best kind of diet for yourself is the one that is sustainable to you. This is the thing with like diet culture, diet fads, like the cayenne pepper diet, oh, you only eat eggs diet. I remember once there was even like the boiled potato diet, where all you ate was boiled potatoes. That's not living, is it? That's not living. And the whole point of wanting to undergo a situation like this, for me at least, was to enjoy more out of life, to increase my quality of life because my body could better react to the environments that I was in. I wanted to go on long hikes. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted a dog. I couldn't do that if I was getting out of breath and finding it difficult to do anything after 3 or 4 minutes of just moving. That isn't a life that I wanted for myself. And the body is at a constant level of shift. If you are deciding not to do one thing, the other thing is automatically done. If you are not actively managing your weight, the opposite is true. Your weight will become unmanaged. It's one of those moments that I had when I realized that very simple, it sounds simple, but it's actually, it takes a lot of effort to put into practice. Sounds simple of like, if I don't pay attention to this, it's just gonna do itself anyway. The universe has a tendency to move towards entropy, which is chaos. If something isn't managed, it becomes chaotic.
Although this trio have no idea why they're overweight, whatever the reason is, they urgently need to find it out.
Well, the big concern is if we carry on the way I am, is that I will end up very poorly. Because I don't think I'm not of the build for my body to take the weight it's holding now.
Poorly
is
a very British word.
Obviously,
for
worries,
unwell.
my health problems, my issues, are just going to continue to grow, get bigger.
I'm a heart attack victim, waiting to happen.
Oh, let's not play a heart noise. Oh
Losing
my God,
weight.
what actually happened then? Why were they like, ugh? I'm getting bridalplasty flashbacks where they were like, and she flatlined as she went in for surgery, come back after the break.
Alison, what's the matter?
I think they tried to make it out like she's flatlined. Like, what? As if they needed to add more drama. They're just like, and boom, Alison's in the great hereafter. No. Okay, right, let's listen to Bob is Bobbing.
Losing weight is hard work, but what makes it harder work is if you don't know why you're getting fatter in the first place. Research has shown that most people underestimate how much they eat by around 20%. But if
I do want to say though, I do think that this is something I'm incredibly guilty of, is that like when my mind is distracted, I'm not actually paying attention to what I'm doing. How many times have any of us stood up, walked out of a room and gone, what was I doing? What was that all about?
I completely forgot about bees.
Where did I put that? Or you've made a drink and you put it down and you're like, oh, where's it gone? All of these little things do add up, but as soon as you start paying attention to them, it gives you the power. It takes the power back from whatever like chaos is happening in your life and it brings it back. But it also does take brain power to do. I started my weight management journey after I'd finished university. There was no way in like hell I was going to be able to expend that part of my brain whilst also trying to study for a degree in science. It just wasn't going to happen. If you don't plan to succeed, bleh. It's true.
But if Mike, Dawn and Big G are falling into this secret
Dawn
eating
and Big
trap,
G.
we're here to help them.
The N-dubs of
Start
Yorkshire.
With, you know, woman to woman. You've been on every diet going.
Oh, well, I would say the majority of them all. I mean, I could list you one, but we'd be here forever.
How big are you now?
Layers.
14 stone 3.
40 stone. So you used to be 9.
Yeah.
So you've put on 5 stone in
7-8 years.
In just 5 stone in 8 years.
Yeah.
So you don't like the way you look?
No.
That's probably slower than I put mine on. I must admit, I wasn't in a very happy place in my life when I was gaining weight at an unmanageable level. I was essentially eating my the same diet as my partner at the time, who was a 6-foot-tall powerlifter. So the idea that I was having the same diet is ludicrous because I am not a 6-foot-tall powerlifter.
Are you sure?
If you put jet fuel into a car, she doesn't function. You don't get wanted results, do you? No.
So you don't like the way you look?
No.
Oh.
10-ton Tess, beached whale. It's repulsive. It's disgusting.
You can change.
Okay, that's
You can
strong
be
words.
the person you used to be, Dawn. Okay, so we will help you with that. Mike,
will you though?
Tell me your story.
Up to 10 years ago, I was always around about 10, 11 stone, which is fine. I don't know what's happened in the last couple of years. I just don't know why that the weight's not come off like it does during the summer. It's just stayed on. I'm not doing anything different from what my friends do, my work colleagues. They eat the same as me. They'll have a couple of beers if they want to, and even if they won't, they won't. Why me? Why should I put the weight on?
So, goodness me, that man is so tall.
This is Gary Barlow's massive son.
There is something to be said about getting everything checked out first. Get your whole healthcare checked out first. Get a full blood count, get a full body health check. Make sure that you're not actually experiencing anything that physically is making your body behave unexpectedly. But also, I do think that comparing your body to other people's is not conducive to joy, shall we say. Because not only that, but other people sometimes fib. Sometimes people fib. Sometimes people are like, yeah, do you know what? I'm not doing any of all that. Take, for example, the Super Size versus Super Skinny. Nope, that's not true. That movie. Was it called Super Size Me? Super Size Me? The McDonald's movie. And the doctor who did his health check of the guy that was going on the entire, like, Super Size McDonald's diet for a month or whatever it was. He was like, I've only ever seen these levels in livers in someone with alcoholism.
The results for your liver are obscene beyond anything I would have thought. You know, that movie, Death in Las Vegas, Nicolas Cage, I mean, that pickled his liver during the course of a few weeks in Las Vegas, right? I would never have thought that you could do the same thing with a high-fat diet.
And the guy was like, oh, how funny, it must all be McDonald's. And it was found out that he was, in fact, in active alcoholism at the time and not being honest about that. So people lie. I'm not saying this man doesn't do everything else that his friends or family do, but it would also not be very genuine of me if I said this man is doing exactly what a professional runner is doing. Because that's obviously not true.
Why me? Why should I put the weight on?
Let's just leave that there and I'll move on to Gareth. Now, obviously, you know, you're a big fella.
Yeah, I'm 6'9", mate.
Oh, 6'9"?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, well, you're a big fella. Are you happy?
No.
Right.
I need to be thinner.
So you all want to lose weight?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want
The
to
key
get back
really
to being
is
the people
happiness.
that you used to be, the people you want to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. We want to rig your house with cameras, okay, so that we can monitor
Are you a
you
detective?
24/7.
Wow.
Are you up for it?
Yes.
Bring it on.
That is
Okay,
such
well,
a
in that
Bob, isn't
case,
it? Like
I'll
when
get
I've
the crew
seen a
in
Bob
from the
with a
van and
fringe,
we will start to
her and
rig.
Jessie J pop into my head. Oh, hello. Hello.
With the thumbs up from the household,
It's the
we're
B
setting up
team.
surveillance cameras
Tony.
in their living room,
A Game Boy Advance
kitchen,
and
even
Trini and
on their
Susanna.
fridge for 5 days. We'll catch
love all these
every
camera
snack
shots.
and every mouthful to find out what they're really eating.
So everything's going to be logged, which, you know, actually is a great idea. If you wish to undertake something like this in your day-to-day life in reality, to understand where you are, even if you're not necessarily doing it for a weight management journey at all, just to understand what it is that you're actively eating. To actually make notes is a great way of understanding the situation. Even if you don't end up doing anything, that data can still be used as information to understand more about who you are as a person.
But what they don't know is they'll also be tailed by 2 of the country's top private investigators.
Are they really though?
Duncan Mee
2 of the country's
and
tops.
Cameron Gowlett.
Gowlett of the Gowlett dynasty. Oh, she's got a watch. Look at the time. She tells the time, and the time is die.
Good heavens.
Have nowhere to hide.
Nowhere to hide except under
I
a
think it's
car.
a big challenge,
Hello.
but we're up for
We
it.
got
and I
married
think
last
we'll
year.
get some good evidence.
Oh, or bouquet.
Day 1.
A
And
daytime.
the PIs waste no time tracking down the details of tonight's menu.
Details. That was months ago.
Name's got your telly.
Oh, interesting garment. What is that? I've never seen anything like this. Is this a religious garment of some sort?
Telly.
Lager! Oh, alcohol is a
That's
secret.
really good.
It's quite a lot, yeah. Salad.
You make sure that you pause it, love.
Oh, there is something quite sad about salads in a bag, isn't there? I also enjoy a salad in a bag, but actually seeing someone like pour a salad from a bag feels so like, where did we go wrong as a species? Gonna say it though, gonna say it. Alcohol is a surprising factor in calorie consumption, or just consumption of devoid weight mass influencers. Like, it's just wild when you actually start to learn it. It's a little bit like, this is crazy. I used to be quite a binge drinker. I don't drink at all now. I must have consumed so many calories. Like, just thinking back, like how many times I'd just be like one after the other, after the other, after the other, of like fruity giant cocktails. Just chaos. Tomato. Awful.
So
Don't
far,
like tomato.
so healthy for Dawn. A salad with low-fat dressing.
Well, its dressings are the things that are like, is she having a whole raw onion? A whole raw onion in her salad? To be fair, a woman after my own heart. But I very rarely see other people eating entire onions. I will say, salad, great. Dressings are always the case of like, oh. We have something in the UK called salad cream. I know. It's just as vile as it sounds. But low-fat dressing, I mean, unfortunately, they reduce the fat with adding sugar to it. You just can't win.
Like you normally do.
Right, what have we got? Baked potato?
But it's not unusual for hubby Mike to have something different. Tonight, it's steak and kidney pie, peas and jacket potatoes.
Not peas. See, jacket potatoes aren't the first kind of potato I would opt for. I think in the tier of potatoes, we've got roast potatoes with like garlic and rosemary. Then underneath, we've got like dauphinoise potatoes.
Dauphinoise.
Only when they're done really well, though, and they've got that like... Beneath that, we've got French fries. I think French fries, yes, French fries, curly fries, all the fries there. I personally, this is going to be an incredibly controversial take for my British audience. Chip shop chips. Put it in the bin. Why don't you leave your potato ranking in the comments box below? Are you my little potato biscuit? Yes. Is it because I'm making lots of noise in the studio and you're like, what's going on in here? Are you eating without meage? Lots of biscuit time today, right?
And he's adding a knob of butter.
Oh, the thing
Or
is,
two.
like, Lurpak is...
Or 3. Oh, and a
See,
little bit
do you see
more.
how, like, secret adding
We Brits
oil is
love our
to the
butter.
food?
Each of us eats an average of 7 kilos a year. That works out at about 140 calories a day. But in this
Butter?
case, Mike's bit of butter has added around...
Bit of butter on me bubble!
As the husband and wife duo tuck into their supper, the PIs spot something else.
Oh, right, here we go. Wine! She's an alky girl! wine machine by the radiator.
Bottles of alcohol that we can see.
Wow, look at all that drink.
Bottles of alcohol. Oh, no,
And the perfect accompaniment to Mike's glass of wine, a glass of lager.
Right, okay, this is a trend we are seeing. Sorry, what is the layout of this room? I know it's not necessarily always the option that you can have in life, but if you eat at a table versus eating in front of a distracting object like a television or a phone or an iPad or a bomb, you tend to pay more attention to what you are actually eating if there are no distractions from what you are eating. As soon as there's a distraction, crisps, foods, nibbly, 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 nibbly. But a glass of red wine followed by lager, isn't that like a sin? Is that a sin in terms of like alcohol etiquette? There's a rhyme, isn't there? It's like
spirits before wigs, but not after figs.
And later on, a whiskey and coke.
Oh.
Calories from drinking can soon add up.
Alcohol,
Oh, she
gram
is.
for gram, is nearly as fattening as fat.
Yes.
So it's the second most calorific nutrient. A common
'Cause it's
misconception
a fuel.
is that the calories in an alcoholic drink are coming from sugar. Not true. The calories in alcohol are coming from alcohol.
I can never tell if this woman is on a green screen. This show uses a very interesting way of filming people. They're using lenses that have really low light capabilities. For example, here, I mean, it might be on a zoom lens. I don't think it is because the background doesn't feel really squashed in. The level of blur behind this woman you can only achieve when your f-stop on your lens is like 2 or under. Like this might be a 1.4. To be fair, I'm filming on a 1.4 right now. This is the level of blur that I have. And she has more blur than me. I wonder what cameras they're using. Alcohol itself is incredibly calorific, but then also when you start to add in fruit juices, sugars, sodas, fizzy pop, wig, fizzy wig. And then you end up with literally like, you might as well just drink a glass of butter. Isn't that a hateful sentence?
The calories in alcohol are coming from alcohol.
Thing is, people like it though, don't they? People like alcohol.
A pint of lager has about the same number of calories as a small portion of fries.
That's wild, isn't it?
A large glass of red wine has more calories than a hash brown. And a large
What a weird
whiskey
management.
contains more calories than your average bag of pork scratchings.
Oh, God. Pork scratchings, though.
While Mike and Dawn are settling in for a night in front of the TV, PI Cameron is waiting for taxi driver Gareth to leave the cab office.
Right. Oh,
so he can
51,
sneak in
51, 51.
whilst
I've got
away.
Gareth.
As soon as Big G gets a job, Cameron gets sleuthing.
Is he a woman? Oh, a photo. The bins, girl, the bins.
It's our first night.
We have found that we investigated the bins. They were, in fact, bins.
Oh, scandalous.
Only a TV show in the UK could make a big song and dance about, like, stalking someone for the contents of their bin.
The bins.
It's our first night, and here's our first piece of evidence, a kebab wrapper.
This is just the start.
I mean, sure.
Gathering, where
The best PIs in the entire country, and they're like, oh, our first piece of evidence, this kebab. Imagine being like, Mamma Montelli! What are you doing?
Looking in bins.
Oh, that's marvellous.
nearly 60% of us
Big Bird.
think we
Big Bird
eat
got a bob.
healthily, but the reality is, us Brits are simply getting fatter. So I want to solve this problem once and for all by putting the nation's secret eating under the microscope, family by family.
She could have been like, family? But she wasn't, was she? No. Okay. Right, what's this?
One household from Hull, Dawn, Mike and Gareth, have no
Very
idea
America's Next
why
Top
they're
Model.
overweight. We're filming them with 24-hour surveillance cameras inside the home and tracking them outside with two top private
With
investigators.
two tops, yeah.
They're desperate to get to the bottom.
Okay, that was
Our
very
comprehensive
interesting shots. Do you see what I
24
mean? Like, this show is in a weird placement for the weight loss shows that we've watched previously. Obviously, Super Size versus Super Skinny and Fat Families. Super Size versus Super Skinny tries to make it into like a scientific experiment in a very sort of like unethical way. And Fat Families is just pure shame television. This kind of exists in a weird middle ground where it's clear that Anna Richardson kind of wants to help, but she's also stuck in this like TV world of it has to be made insulty and dramatic in order for people to actually feel something from it. So I don't actually agree with the idea of taking like videos of people eating and then like freeze framing and zooming in on them and playing like dramatic music and be like, boom! Because how does that actually help? How does that actually advise someone on a weight management journey? Like, how does that help? I'm not sure it does.
Our comprehensive 24-hour surveillance is recording absolutely everything
Lots
to find
of
out if our
these-
household actually
They're trying to make
more
it
than
like
they
crime
think they do.
scene, aren't they? Lies,
A recent
crime,
survey indicates 65% of employees snack at least once a day at work.
Of course.
So we've gone to catch Mike.
Work's horrible. Nobody likes work, do they? We fool
P.I.
ourselves
Duncan
into
has
enjoying
set
it.
up hidden cameras around
But it
the
would be
key
nice to get a
danger
nice
zone
walk
here.
in the forest. Oh God, the Victoria bin. A crime.
Scientists have proven that we eat up to 70% more food if it's visible on our desk in front of us.
Yes.
And Mike and Big G are no exception.
I wish they
They've
linked.
notched up.
Not linked, but I wish they actually mentioned like the name of the study, because very, 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 very rarely do studies actually get like taken out of publication. They usually only get added to or contested by further publications. So the fact that she just said 70% of people will eat a biscuit on the table. Where did you get that? You said science has said that. So where is the science that says that? I would like to see that. I mean, I'm not actively contesting it, but I would also like to be like, and how did they measure that? On what was the table just filled with biscuits? Were the people who came in, did they skip breakfast? Were they actively rewarded for not having the biscuit? Like, there's lots of things that go into scientific studies that I would like to be able to read myself and not just be told.
They've notched up over 1,000 secret calories in biscuits without even
Biscuit.
realising it.
Biscuit!
Well, there's certainly been some secret snaffling going on here, hasn't there?
That's going to be a cutaway. Well, there's certainly been some secret snaffling going on in here, hasn't there?
Well, there's certainly been some secret snaffling going on here, hasn't there?
No. Did we need that? Oh, America's
After
Next Top Model.
5 days, the PIs have
Oh,
driven
Wilkinson
nearly
dead now.
200 miles,
Hello!
hidden cameras in shirts,
These
bags
paparazzi
and loo rolls,
everywhere.
and enlisted help from colleagues and the public.
Right. I must admit though, all right, here we go, girls. Are you ready? I feel like so far all we've seen is the lady eat salad and have a couple of glasses of wine. So I do wonder what they're gonna like reveal here, because she might actually have a health condition.
Now it's time to gather the evidence of Mike, Dawn and Big G's secret eating in our incident room.
This is very like
No stone has been
26
left
days
unturned.
later.
The investigators have even probed the rubbish bins.
Smoked
Grow
ham
up.
and mustard
Grow
sandwich.
up. Grow up.
Cherry
You
coke.
could have just
To
said
ensure
they
every
looked in the
snack,
bins.
treat, takeaway and tipple has been recorded. Our families said they wanted the truth
Is
about
that a
why they
teeth-
can't lose weight. Now, behind this false wall,
She kinda
lies
does give
our
me Val
incident room,
vibes a little
where
bit.
we're about to reveal the evidence to them.
God, the entire budget must have gone on this room because they're like, the room, girls, the room.
I think we're in for a big shock.
I think you're in for a big shock.
I think
So
you
this
are
is still
as well.
season.
Really?
Yeah.
Rude.
I don't think they'll get to the bottom of what's wrong with you.
Who knows?
Okay.
Hello, hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
hi,
dressed as a
Gary.
Christmas
Oh,
elf.
Hello.
Elf on the bob.
Very, very nice to see you as well. You're looking very smart. You agreed to
God,
let us
look at her,
rig
she's like-
your house with cameras so that we could
This is my
see
moment.
exactly what you were eating 24/7.
Yes.
But what you don't know is that we also hired some private detectives. And we also commandeered your
Gagged.
friends and family to monitor
Gagged at the taxi rank.
exactly what you've been eating outside of the home as well as inside. And we've gathered quite a lot of evidence.
Right.
So take a look
Off we pop.
at this.
Wow! Oh my God, I've never seen a room like that. Wow.
Now it's dawning on them just how thorough our investigations have been.
They just sort of
need
were a
to
bit like-
face facts.
This is Gareth.
That's Gareth.
This is Gareth.
Dawn, these are your exhibits.
CSI.
Mike.
Oh, you got me Mars Barlow. Where you got my Echo Falls red wine from?
How many pieces of pizza, Gareth?
I never knew we even went to KFC. Never
Yes, you
mind.
did, because you came with me.
I will also say though, there is a very strange Britishness around like eating lots of food and being seen as masculine. I don't quite understand how the two are intertwined, but like quite often men will make unhealthier choices because it's seen as being like manly. They'll be like, yeah, well, I only eat 8 burgers for lunch. And it's almost a little bit like this marketing scheme that we've been like shoved in our faces since, I don't know, when did marketing become really big in the world? Like, let's say the 50s. The idea that if you eat salad, you're like a dainty, womanly sissy boy. And if you eat big, meaty, juicy juice meat bumholes, then somehow you're like a big, manly man. And unfortunately, that is still very prevalent today.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh, I don't want to see rotting milkshake.
Dawn, I believe that's yours. I daren't even ask what that is.
It was a chip. I ate a chip off Jackie's plate.
Oh, look at it now, though.
I don't even know how you managed to get that one. Where's that at?
What's the problem with that?
Okay, guys, if you could stand behind the evidence tables. I'm going to start with
having a good
Mike
time,
first.
isn't he? Yeah.
All right.
Well, my weight at the moment, last time I checked, was about 14 stone 7, maybe 8 pounds, which is too much. I would say this is maybe my last chance to try and keep my weight off. I don't want a 6-pack. But I would like it a little bit more up and down and not looking like Everest.
He seems tired. I mean, mind you, he has drunk alcohol and
now,
everyone looks a bit like,
27, and I can't carry this weight.
57? Yes. If you want to make decisions for longevity, then they need to be
Before the surveillance began,
factored into life.
Dawn, Mike and Big G filled out food diaries for 5 days.
Right.
Mike's food diary recorded just one small meal in the day and a main meal at night.
I only eat when I'm hungry, and I can go a whole day without eating and then just have something to eat on the night time.
Oh, do you see how these juxtaposition of shots have made us go, well, you're a liar, aren't you? Is that helping? Is it helping for us as a viewer to feel like, oh, well, you're lying, you're a liar? It's complete pantomime television, this kind of an idea. He's just said, I only eat one meal a day, and then later on, when I get hungry, I have a meal in the evening. Here we are seeing a whole bottle of wine and a stacked plate. That level of like contrast and compare, oh, very GCSE, is what makes us feel something as the viewer. Even with the top that says like reckless, that's even like almost an unspoken indicator of this man is being reckless with himself for not being honest with himself. I think there are different ways that you could do this that are actually quite beneficial to everyone. I do feel like honesty is the best policy. And sometimes I do feel like people lie to themselves so often they start to believe their own lies. And that in itself can sometimes need a little bit of a reality check. But everyone, even me, everyone needs a little bit of a reality check every now and then to just be like, am I being completely bonk-diddly-onkers here? And then and only then, when we are actually aware of what's happening, can we choose a better path. I'm not entirely sure if going on a show like this is, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? The proof is in the
wing. An average of 2,470 calories a day from his main meals, which is around the amount he needs to maintain his current weight.
But that's
so
only
why
for
is it
meals.
getting heavier? What secret eating did we find that's making the crucial difference between maintain and
so
gain?
It's snacks, isn't it? Snacking again. It's snacks, the naughty little slaps.
Would you say, I mean, when we chatted before, you were fairly adamant that pretty much I'm a 3 square meals a day kind of guy. I'm really not that much of a snacker. Would you say
No,
that's...
I said that I only have one main meal on an evening.
Right.
And I do tend to get whatever I can when I can during the day to keep myself going during a busy work.
So you'll grab and go?
Yeah.
But do you think you snack?
No.
OK, fine. Well, let's have a look.
The thing is, every human being snacks. Everyone in the Western world snacks. We just do. It's if you want to admit it or not. And it depends on what those snacks are, because sometimes I do want to shove my entire face into a Ben & Jerry's, and I would call that a snack. And you know, I'm not going to beat myself up about it if I actually end up doing that. But I am going to realise that the consideration of that means that I have to somewhere else respect the balance scale. If I'm going to have an entire tub of Ben & Jerry's at lunch, then I probably shouldn't also have another one and another 3 later that evening. Right, here we go. Oh, speeding. She's speeding.
Mike's
Fine.
first food pit stop of the day is in the local garage.
Oh, I wouldn't bother. Petrol. A nice gallon of
There
petrol.
he is.
Oh, hello.
But
Pat.
we need P.I. Duncan to find out what he bought.
Investigator.
With the glasses, a paper. Yeah, what did he buy? Paper and a
small carton of milk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else did he buy?
A Mars bar duo.
A Mars bar, a double duo.
Yeah.
Excellent. Mike's popped in this morning and not just bought a paper and a carton of milk, but he's bought a Mars duo as well.
Chocolate, these
But
sort
to
of like
capture a true
high
picture
calorific
of his
chocolate
diet,
snacks.
we
So
want to see him eating it.
naughty.
Okay, it's just coming up to 9:30 now.
West Hull's local radio
He's going to come out any minute.
God. Your paparazzi are waiting. Oh, hello!
Yep. That's a Mars bar.
I'd say that's a snack.
It's my breakfast.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So this guy does know he is eating, but he is perhaps purposefully, perhaps not purposefully, changing the word of what that is. It's not a snack, it's my breakfast. Unfortunately, it is just a Mars bar, which I think, yes, you know, the breaking of the fast could be considered as the first thing you eat in the day. It's not technically like an actual meal. Would you consider a Mars bar a meal? This is where, like, nomenclature comes in, because I don't believe a Mars bar is a meal, but then I also don't believe there's anything such as snacks, because it is just eating. If we rebrand all food things, it's like, oh, it's a snack, it's not real food, it's a snack. If you change everything to eating, it's like, oh, what are you eating? When did you eat? What have you eaten? As opposed to, do you snack? Do you treat yourself to a little snack? Like, I don't know, it just, words mean something, and that's why they're called the things they are. Clocked in 280p.
That is the moment. He's literally eating as he's going past.
Yeah.
Mike is a classic sinful snacker.
Not a
and
sinful
like most
snacker.
people who skip breakfast,
What in the
hunger
Pope?
pangs mean he's tempted by quick fix snack foods. People who skip breakfast are 4.5 times more likely to be overweight.
That's interesting, but also sometimes you just don't want breakfast. The idea of waking up in the morning and eating within like an hour of waking up would make me feel so sick that it's just not worth it for me. Not worth it. Don't like it. But look, there, we've got 13% of your daily allowance in this single Mars bar. And if you're having two, that makes it 25%, 26%, a quarter of your calories. Too much.
3 years ago, the manufacturers reduced the size of a Mars bar by 7.2%, saying it was to help combat obesity.
Interesting.
If they really
Did they
want
change
to
the
help
price?
us lose weight, then why are they selling Mars Duo? Mars say
they're
that
not.
this bar is designed for sharing, but like Mike, many of us don't share, we just eat both bits. It's actually 46% more than the standard bar, and it comes in at a shocking 382 calories.
Because if it was meant for sharing, it would say sharing on it. It's not. It says duo, which makes you feel like you're going, oh, well, I might as well just get two for the price of one then, mightn't I? Yeah. Marketing again. The reality is, if we were in a perfect utopian world, Mars would be in the bin. Bins. Oh, get that man round quick. Look, bins.
The bins! If, like Mike, you're tempted to snack, aim for a breakfast of cereal, eggs, or fruit.
Cereal also
and there's
has
more
issues
further
itself.
feeding evidence for Mike from our fridge cam.
Fridge cam.
A
Remember, he
slice
did
of
say he
ham,
doesn't snack.
a UFO or unidentified fridge object,
Right, okay.
and back
She
to
thinks
the
she's
ham.
someone.
Snacking?
You look like a grape or something.
Oh, yes.
Guilty as charged, Your Honour.
Okay.
now. Why am I hungry now? Wow. I wouldn't have said I was a secret eater. I wouldn't have said that I was a snacker. But Anna's proved me wrong.
Can you...
Okay, do you know, what more can you ask for out of that? Actually being like, do you know what? I've been proven wrong. That's all you can ask for. It's no like, ha ha, told you so, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't help. That's not helping anyone. Never shame behavior you want to see more of. As soon as someone says, do you know what? I've been proven wrong. That is an amazing thing that we should not shame. We should go, yes, great, lovely. Welcome to the table. Let's tackle the next issue.
Can you identify any other
My Bob.
areas in terms of your
here we go.
diet that maybe for
It's a bit
you
like
are a
a-
problem?
Like a humanities
That's
teacher.
in my drinking.
Bingo.
Lottery. Punch my baby. What's with the Charlie Chaplin music? Woo! Jesus. I nearly sneezed my lash off then. My goodness me arge.
It's what she would have wanted.
Right, so he's at a party. Party. At the party lol. The fun never stops at party lol. Party lol. Okay, this is a bit much. We get the idea. sound.
I know that I drink too much.
Green beans.
So that's something I've got to rectify as well.
We all like to drink. I like to drink. What you are doing is you're drinking beer, wine, cider, whiskey, and fizzy drinks. OK, you are packing away, again, quite a lot. Over our 5-day surveillance, Mike took in around 2,330 secret calories from alcohol on top of his regular recorded meals and snacks.
Okay, so what we are seeing here is something a little bit different than like a diet show. This is interesting, isn't it? Because I consider something like excessive drinking as an issue. And I also consider something as excessive eating an issue. But for some reason in my mind, they're not quite as dire as each other. And I don't know why that is, because technically they are both pretty bad for the body. Is it because one is technically a drug? Is that what it is? Is my mind a bit like, oh, the war on drugs, girl? What do you think about that? Leave it in the comments below.
If he were to cut out the booze, he could lose 2.5 stone in 1 year alone.
Yeah,
We've managed to identify that your key downfall areas are definitely snacking and
drinks.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah.
OK, is there anything in that is a revelation to you?
The snacking, I wouldn't be aware that just grabbing a piece of meat out the fridge, which probably hasn't got many calories in it at all, would be a problem.
But can you see that all of those things are contributing to you being...
They add up.
Oh, yeah.
What was it, 14 stone?
14 stone...
12.
12.
Oh, your wife knows it exactly. 14 stone 12, so nearly 15 stone.
Yeah.
All right. OK.
I think the key things I've learned today is the fact that...
laugh at him!
Yes, I do snack. And the food I'm eating, it just says fat, calories, calories. Hopefully, the diet and what we're doing here, I'll be a different person.
I think the problem is, though, is that, again, the word calorie has become like a shameful word. A calorie is a unit of measurement of energy. It is not like a physical, tangible thing. You can't touch a calorie. It's not a bad thing. It is a concept. It's a concept of transference of energy in a system. We need calories to live. We need these units of energy. We need to consume energy in order to live. It's one of those things, again, though, that too many of something is a bad thing. And you can change that for almost anything, couldn't you? You could be like, too many shoes is a bad thing. Too many cars is a bad thing. Too many dogs. No such thing as a bad thing, no.
Mike is about to embark on a 10-week eating plan.
Okay.
To turn the tide of Mike's overeating, those chocolate bar breakfasts have to go. He'll be starting the day with food that will keep him fuller for longer.
Yes.
He'll replace biscuits with low-calorie snacks and reduce his alcohol intake.
Okay.
Good for his overall health as well as his waistline.
I don't know, with alcohol, it's
Mike had no idea.
One of those things with alcohol intake, it takes a real concentrated effort in order to do. So it's not just as easy as saying, reduce your alcohol consumption.
Mike had no idea why he kept piling on the pounds, but faced with a true picture of his secret eating and drinking habits, will he be able to shift the unwanted weight?
I'm really looking forward to the next 10 weeks, and I just hope I'm not hungry.
Later, we'll find out how Mike gets on.
The thing is, hunger is actually good. I know this sounds deranged to say, but to feel hungry means your body is working as intended. To want something, to have ambition, to move towards something is a vital part of being human. If you are kept at a constant plateau, that's not living, is it? Hunger is a natural part of existence. And unfortunately, so is a level, not entirety, but a level of uncomfortability is also a very normal part of existence on this planet. Of course, when hunger steps over that line between uncomfortable and pain, then there's an issue. 100%, we cannot just allow people to be hungry and in pain. That's not what I'm saying at all. Learning is slightly uncomfortable. Doing things is slightly uncomfortable. And then the outcome and the dopamine is the reward for doing the uncomfortable. Right.
Dawn. Let's move on to you.
Here she is.
I think it's
choose your fighter.
Fair to say that you are genuinely mystified about why you're as heavy as your husband.
I would like to be a lot thinner than what I am, but unfortunately I'm finding it very difficult to achieve what I want to be. I was always thinner at the top, but now I'm just like massive at the bottom and fat on the top now.
Oh, it's very British to
Compared
like
to
giggle
the
about
rest of
something
her
that's actually
household,
very
Dawn's
painful.
making a
I do the same
valiant
thing.
effort to eat the right
Pain
things.
through humour.
Our in-house surveillance cameras recorded grilled veg, low-fat yogurts and plenty of salad. It all sounds very healthy and calorie conscious. So where's she going wrong?
It's quite nutritious as well. Salad is quite
That
nutritious.
salad there. Where was that salad from? Can you remember the night that you had it?
Probably Friday.
Is that the night with Auntie Christine?
Yes, it is.
Oh God, who's Auntie Christine?
Oh, it's being a secret, sissy.
Now, as I understand it, when you go and see Auntie Christine and the girls, you're very, very healthy. You'll have a salad. You brought this one. The girls will have a takeaway.
Yeah.
What you don't know, Dawn, is that after you left Auntie Christine on Friday, secretly she was working for us in order to help us to help you. And she had a little bit of a chat with our private investigator, and this is what he unearthed.
Oh God, Christine. Christine's a backstabber.
After a quick visit to Auntie Christine, PI Cameron emerges with some new evidence.
Oh God, right. Another bin. A whole jar of
salad,
mayonnaise.
quite a lot of chicken tikka salad, and that's how much mayonnaise Dawn put on the salad.
I did have a tablespoon of salad, but I didn't have half that jar.
I've got the jar.
Yeah, but it was already open in the fridge.
Just with this amount missing, that's 1,000 calories. Can you remember how much you think you did have?
No, but I didn't have half, well, a quarter of a jar, which is what you're saying I have had.
We're not sort of trying to say, you know, this is outrageous, you shouldn't be doing this, Dawn. We're just trying to show you what you are eating.
I was always told you could eat as much salad as you wanted and you'd reap the benefits. So you're telling me to cut back on the salad?
You can eat as much salad.
Oh, we're seeing a little bit here of an argument happening. See what I said earlier about words having meaning? She's saying, well, you're telling me I can't have as much salad as I want. Salad you can. It's the like lard on the salad that's the problem. It's the dressing, it's the cream that goes on the salad. Eat as many onions as your heart desires. If you dunk those onions in butter, you're going to have more of a complicated issue. Right, girly wigs, are you ready? Are you ready to hear what she has to say?
You can eat as much salad, as many greens, as many vegetables, basically, that you want, but it's the bits here and there that are adding up for you. But you're seeing the bigger picture and going, well, but I'm really healthy, rather than looking at the actual minutiae.
Minutiae?
So how can
My
a salad
goodness. Oh, here
clock
she
up the
is.
calories?
Scientist.
We asked dietitian Lynn Garton to find out. There's salad and veg.
Sorry?
Lynn Garton to find out.
Dietitian
There's
Lynn
salad
Garton?
and veg.
Is that her name?
130
Lynn Garton?
calories. Egg.
Egged.
70 calories.
Yes.
Olives, 60 calories. And a portion of chicken tikka, 138 calories.
Oh, as soon as you start getting science
Including a
into
protein
food, it makes
source
it
in a
instantly
salad that is a
repulsive.
main meal is a good idea, as it'll keep you full for longer. And this clocks up just under 400 calories in total.
Unless
but
you have
what can
too much
turn a
fibre in your
healthy
diet,
meal
and then your
into
body's
a
like,
calorific
"Ah!"
time bomb is the dressing, particularly mayonnaise.
It's sauces.
Most people think
Sauces
it's
are
mainly
secretive.
eggs. But actually, if we look at the ingredients, there's that much egg and that much oil. So
That's the thing. Everyone always thinks like, oh, mayonnaise, yeah, it's made of eggs. Why isn't it the colour of eggs? It's actually the colour of emulsified oil. How upsetting is that? Sorry, everyone. But mayonnaise is a secret little slut. I am partial to mayonnaise. That's the end of that.
So 3/4 of a jar of mayonnaise is mainly made up of oil.
It's a similar idea
Dawn
to like
said she
ketchup
had
is
nowhere
actually mostly
near a
sugar.
quarter of a jar. But just 2 heaped tablespoons comes to 450 calories.
Which is more than the whole
which is
salad,
equivalent
isn't
to a large portion of fries. And even just 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise is the same number of calories as a slice of chocolate cake.
That's
If we take a look at your food table...
Why? And
you
it
know,
does
you would
actually
look at that and
like,
think, well,
add
that's
the-
pretty healthy. It's not, there's plenty of fruit and vegetables, plenty of lean protein.
But after a week of healthy eating, Dawn enjoyed a rare dinner party.
Oh, God, it can. Wait! What's that? Soup?
Dinner parties can be secret eating disasters. Studies have shown that if we eat with a group of 7 or more, we eat nearly 96% more food than we would on our own.
What? Who said that? Where did that
Dawn's
come
dinner
from?
comes to over 3,000 calories. But she wasn't the only one.
Yeah, are we having dinner parties
Mike
every
took
night?
in-
Come dine with me.
She pegs him, I'm sorry.
And the feast continued on Sunday morning.
Oh. Well, leftovers, right? No? Frozen sausages right into the Oh, British diet. The Great British Diet is very, like, heavy. It's just lots of heavy food being
Breakfast,
heavy.
we always do have a cooked breakfast on a Sunday morning, regardless
Okay.
of what we've done.
So what we're saying then, it's a week of virtue and it's a weekend, a little bit of vice, because I always have a cooked breakfast on a Sunday,
Yes.
regardless.
We always do.
If you cave into temptation when Friday rolls in, then like...
The issue that I have with this is that if you don't change anything with how you are being, nothing in your life will change. It's all very well asking the question, why? But then when you are presented with some answers, if you don't act on those answers, the why is irrelevant because nothing will change. I think the hard part about implementing any information that you learn about yourself under a process like this is how you can put this into your life that makes it beneficial information. Because if I was on this situation and someone said to me, well, now what you have to do is you have to go to the gym and stare at a white wall and go on the treadmill for an hour a day. That is absolutely categorically not going to work for me. However, if someone said you can actually go on a 2-hour-long walk every other day, and you can take your dog with you, and you can take your camera with you, and you can take beautiful photos of things whilst you're out on a hike, getting a little bit hot and excited, on the go. Immediately much more exciting to me than the idea of going and staring at a white wall in the gym. So the why of a situation like this only really becomes useful when you also have a how attached to it.
Then, like Dawn, you're wicked at the weekend.
Wicked at the weekend? I can't do the no.
Whether it's a week...
I'm really holding space for this weekend.
That's my line.
Dawn's weight gain was a complete mystery to her. According to her food diary, Dawn was eating 2,000 calories per day. During the 5 days we filmed, she ate nearer 2,500 a day.
Yeah, even just
now
going
faced
over.
with her secret eating, will she finally be able to change her habits? Dawn will embark on a 10-week healthy eating plan. She'll watch the amount of dressing on her salads and include more variety and small treats throughout the week to try and avoid the boom and bust cycle of overeating at the weekend.
Oh God, it's very unpleasant watching someone eat in slow
Today
motion,
has been
isn't
an
it?
experience, and when I leave, it will be changes that will follow, and you never know, 10 weeks' time, there might be a lot less of me.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Is that providing information to people that go against what they think is reality, they find it offensive. People find information that doesn't agree with them offensive. And that is sometimes so hard when it comes to something so personal as like your own body. But it's so much more beneficial when you have beliefs to think that they aren't a part of you, they're something you're holding. When I was a teenager, I was struggling with my own identity, and I would sometimes react by being transphobic, which is now something I actively work with my audience to try and like, stop that. Let's not be transphobic. It doesn't help anything. If anything, it just makes the whole situation worse. But that belief that I was holding on to that was so transphobic and unnecessary and hateful, I put that down. And the only way that I ended up putting that down was by doing the work on myself and then apologizing to people in my life that I have been transphobic to. The last time I did that, in fact, was like 2011, I think, before I undertook my own trans journey. And it can be done, and it's not a bad thing. And as I said earlier, you can't shame people for updating their beliefs, because as soon as you start shaming people, it pushes them further away. It makes things secretive. Oh, secret. Here we go, girls.
Big G from Hull
Big
thinks his
G,
metabolism
big
has
old
caused him to put on weight. But what
gay.
will the secret surveillance reveal?
I don't really think about what I eat. I think it's bad for me. No, it's not very good, and I should change the way I eat and what I eat.
Distracted eating
Got these
is
jeans
like a
around
thing
here.
that...
It's 2 years old. They don't fit me anymore. They're too small. They're not overly small, but they're a lot smaller than I've got now. 46 waist, and I'd like to get back into them really, but I don't think I will at the moment.
Gareth's food diary says he's eating around 3,100 calories a day. Gareth's food diary says he's eating around 3,100 calories a day, which is way below the amount he needs to maintain his current weight. But he's still piling on the pounds.
Interesting.
Is there some secret eating going on?
I wonder what they decided he needed to eat.
What do you reckon we're going to find out about you?
Lots and lots of
Lots and lots. With the help of our private investigators,
He seems
we
a lot
managed
more
to
like up
capture
for
a
it.
snapshot of what you're managing to eat over a 24-hour period.
Right, here we go. Oh, lots of car shots because he's a taxi driver. So, hello,
Gareth
girls!
is a taxi driver, so he's constantly on the move, and our PIs
A woman on the go,
work cut out
in her
trying
car.
to keep up with him.
Clothes and shoes.
But during his evening shift, he left a trail of evidence.
Right, okay.
Let's just put something in that bin.
Oh God, there's something in the bin! Quick, God, the bin! This man is bin obsessed. He's like, oh, show me your sexy bin! Oh yeah, get it out, girl! The bins! Right, Coca-Cola in the bin. Oh, this is a bit
And
Belleville
less than
Rendezvous.
an hour later, there was yet another food-based stop-off.
I've just asked the lady for the same thing as
I've asked the lady, can I have a look in your bin? Oh,
Gareth.
show me your bin. Get your bin out, girl.
Thank you very much.
I love bins.
Cheers.
God. Milky Bar Crusher.
Two
Not the best
more
one.
hours, and his pickup is a takeout.
Oh God, here we go. Yes, see, takeaways are naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty. They're, oh, slowing! Kebab roll and chips. Okay.
You come in every day.
What does he have?
They got donut wrap, those chips.
Right.
And back
Can I
home,
also look
just
at your
2
bin?
hours later, the munchies strike again.
A cheesecake. Cheesecake! Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, cheesecake! So, he's a snacker, a social drinker,
All
and a
this
snacker,
combined
and
with
his
a
job
takeaway-
revolves a lot around, like, staying stationary and sedentary. All of these things add up. But although he said, like, I don't understand, he's also, like, he must kind of be aware somewhere in his mind, because even he joked with Anna, then being like, I bet you're going to find out lots of information.
All this, combined with a takeaway breakfast, a few drinks, and some extra snacks, meant in just one day, Big G consumed around 5,100 calories. A significant 2,000.
That is wild. That is wild. 5,000 calories plus a day. For context, I follow that, what's that guy called? The Lap Man, is that the one? The bodybuilder who's just competed in his first show, which, commendable to him. He eats 5,000 calories a day to maintain his bulk.
A significant 2,000 more than the daily average reported in his food diary.
Right, so 2,000 calories a day
issue
more
really,
is
Gareth,
quite
is
considerable.
that you are just eating way
Convenience
too
food.
much. I can see alcohol, I can see fat, I can see carbohydrate, I can see sugar.
lots of
Kebabs, chips, sandwiches, sausage roll, cheesecake, more
it's just-
sandwiches,
it's all very
biscuits,
British though, isn't it?
burger, more
British
kebabs,
food is
chips,
just a bit rubbish.
Chocolate.
It's all very beige.
Sandwich. When did you have the chip sandwich?
I had a chip butty.
Chip
Nasty
butty, Gail.
business, Gareth.
Chip
Look at
butty.
that.
Put me off, to be honest.
Can I just ask you, when did you have the healthy piece of food?
I didn't
I
have
can only see
banana
one.
at home.
I can only see one piece of fruit, and that's it.
I had salad on my kebab.
Gareth's got a point. There is salad in a doner kebab. But what else? We took
Well,
a
that's it,
closer
isn't
look
it?
at a similar high street kebab.
It's only a little bit of arsenic, but I also had it
First off,
with some
there's a
whey
lot of
protein.
meat.
So, you
But
know,
when you smell it, it smells of fats. It smells of congealed fats.
congealed.
That's a staggering 800 calories.
Congealed. That's
The
quite an
vegetables
unpleasant
here
word.
have just been smothered in mayonnaise, and so what
Smothered
we've got
with a
is
pillow.
something which is a
Wrapped
healthy
in congealed
food in
meat,
terms of the salad
served in
vegetables,
mayonnaise.
heavily laden
Call me
in
Tracy
fats and
Emin.
calories.
Veg with garlic sauce, 300
Oh, I love a garlic
calories.
sauce.
Chips,
Oh, I
another
love
300. And the wrap, about
Oh, I
300.
love a wrap.
All in, that's an enormous 1,700
Oh,
calories.
that is too much for
There is
one
a
meal,
simple
isn't it?
substitution that
Too
could help
much.
kebab lovers cut the calories. Choose chicken kebabs over doner as the
Oh,
meat
nice.
is leaner. Avoid chips altogether, and you can clock
I
up
don't want to
just
live in a world where I have to avoid chips. I don't want to live in that world. Do you know what? No.
and you can clock up just 780 calories instead
But
of
how that's
1,700.
not actually that's just chicken and chips.
On-the-go grabbers like Big G
No,
are
stop it,
erratic
naughty.
eaters.
Oh,
They
he's an
make
on-the-go
impulse
grabber.
Food choices
A
based on
woman
convenience,
snatched
and
on
the
the go.
majority of their meals are takeaways and pre-packed food.
Right, okay.
For the next 10 weeks, Big G's new diet will see him sticking to 2,500 calories a day.
That's like
He'll be
half.
replacing
Oh, is that going
takeaways
to cause a bit of
with
a
big
shock
but
to the
healthy
system,
packed
though?
lunches. He'll still be allowed an occasional treat,
And he can
I don't
eat
know,
as
that
much
feels like it
fruit
might be
as
a
he
bit of a shock to
likes.
the system. Eating
With
less
the
than
knowledge
half
of his secret
of what you were
eating,
before.
can he finally turn the tide and change his habits?
Will that not cause not refeeding syndrome? What's the other one
was
called?
really going to stick in my head, and I was really shocked as well.
Well, let's
obviously,
see.
About
Let's
the
see.
calorie intake. It's just like phenomenal. It's unbelievable.
The three of them have been taking care to avoid their secret eating pitfalls. Mike has been aiming to eat no more than 1,900 calories a day.
Right.
Big G, 2,500 calories.
Yes, you
and
just
Dawn,
did tell us this.
1,600 calories.
Okay.
Mike and Gareth have been tucking into plenty of fruit instead of chocolate and takeaways.
Right.
And now it's time to see if uncovering the truth of what they were really eating has helped them shed the pounds.
Yes, but that will...
Dawn wasn't able to come back, but we spoke to her and she tells us Dawn wasn't able to has helped them shed the pounds. Dawn wasn't able to come back, but we spoke to her and she tells us she's lost 2 stone. But the boys have come back to show us how they got on.
Why couldn't she come back?
10 weeks ago, Mike weighed 14 stone 12.
She's lost 2
now
stone.
He weighs just 13 stone 6.
Okay,
that's an amazing 1 stone 6 pounds lighter.
Losing 20
That's-
pounds in
yeah.
10 weeks. If you would have said that to me 10 weeks ago, I'd have said, oh, it's a tall ask.
Big G was 29 stone 10. Now down to just over 26 stone, he's lost a whopping 3 stone 9.
That is
If somebody
a
had
lot.
said to me 10 weeks ago, I can be like nearly 4 stone lighter, then I'd have just laughed at them and thought it wouldn't be possible.
Genuinely, I really mean this. I am so proud of you both because it's not been long.
Why didn't the lady
You're
come
looking
back?
really slim in the face.
See, I didn't think I had. I didn't think I'd changed that much. When you look at yourself all the time, you don't see the change. But then
that's true.
people who I haven't seen for a while have said to me,
Yeah.
my God, look at the change. You know, you've lost a lot of weight.
But if you think about the mugshot in the instant room as well,
Mugshot?
I mean, you had a bit of a sort of double chin going on there. It's completely gone.
Yeah.
You've literally lost it from your head down. Gee,
That
you've
is quite
lost
unusual,
a
isn't it, to
lot
lose
of
it in the
weight.
face first?
You really have.
He has done really well.
I don't think, to myself, like Mike said, I don't think I look any different, but
Are you
obviously to
serious?
people who haven't seen us, then, yeah, no.
You're seriously telling me you don't think you look any different?
I know it's a different, obviously, my clothes and everything, they hang off me. I'm sick of pulling my jeans up.
We're sick of him pulling his jeans up. We are.
Really?
Oh.
It's been a dramatic change, it's been a massive change, but it's for the best, it's for the good, and it's done brilliant.
The truth hurt at the time. It did. I was in denial. I know I was. Now, but I didn't 10 weeks ago. And it has been... I'm really pleased with the results. Fantastic, really. Excellent. Couldn't ask for any better. Just got to keep it up now.
I think I've managed to put an end to my secret eating. I won't snack as much, or if I need to snack, should I say. It's going to be healthy, it's going to be a piece of fruit, it's going to be a cereal bar, it's going to be something
Well,
good.
it just has to be sustainable,
And obviously
doesn't
starting
it?
treats in
He
between,
has lost
back
quite a
on it
lot
the next day.
of weight in a short
I
amount of
don't,
time.
don't
But
do
generally,
any secret eating now.
it's like a
And when I've
slingshot
lost another
effect.
10, 15 pounds.
You do lose
I'm
weight
gonna be
faster at
hashtag
first.
waiting to happen.
Well, pendulum is what I meant, not slingshot. Well, my lovelies, I've got some thoughts. What happened to the lady? What happened to the lady? Where did the lady go? Where's the lady? Okay, so I feel like this episode explored 3 very different stories. I don't know if I'm quite on right by saying this, but the lady in this episode felt a little bit more hostile. A little bit not too... Don't get too excited in the comments. I felt like there was an element of hostility there because I feel like she genuinely thought that just having the salad meant that she was absolutely fine. Of course, we come to learn that it's all the additional things like sauces that are the issue. I do wonder why she didn't come back at the end there. That to me is a little bit like it was just brushed over. Bye girl, 2 stone, see you later. Whereas I feel like the husband was more just sort of like bewildered in a way that was kind of like, perhaps he just didn't really know. He didn't really know. The fact that he didn't think that eating a Mars bar was like snacking or eating meat from the fridge was like snacking. I think that is kind of like an element of doesn't quite understand what's actually happening. But I think he had a really healthy approach to understanding like that he can actively make good quality of life changes for himself without it being like a huge situation. And with the lodger, I think it was just a little bit more of like, He knows kind of subconsciously that it's all a bit wrong, but he sort of doesn't really know where he should go, like how he should start. Like it's all a bit of like, oh, you're going to find some naughty things because I've been naughty. Like there was that kind of an aspect there. I don't know. Very interesting. And I don't feel like the weight loss was too dramatic at the end there. Like 2 pounds a week weight loss for early stage weight losses is like right at the upper end of what is considered like healthy. Usually it's between 1 to 2 pounds per week. And that very much is one of those things that if you make that sustainable life change and it develops into a habit of being more sustainable for yourself, then the weight management journey can be done over a sensible amount of time, which is going to be years. But my lovelies, once again, I feel like this show explores a very interesting intersection between reality TV and trying to actually get a good outcome for the people that come on this show. Would you agree with that? I don't know, my lovelies. But with that, my loves, it's time for the Patreons. You can see yourself scrolling past on the screen right here. Yes, you can. Today's Luxeria Labs subscriber shout out goes to Orin2007. Thank you so much for subscribing to my second channel here on YouTube, Luxeria Labs, which is my travel, photography, and tech channel here. If you want to be in with the chance of being featured in my next videos, Luxeria Labs subscriber shout out, make sure you go and subscribe to that channel. It is pinned in the comments below. And once again, I want to say a massive thank you to my top tier Patreons. Orcos Samoji, Ari Adia X, Asgardians, Becky Johnson, Bex Max 3000, Cameron Pittman, Shell Herman, ContraPoints, Finch Dunham, James Azengirl, Jenny Wood, Leanne Jones, Lenore, Les Banana, Marzipan, Mo Sherman, Morgan LeVay, Ms. Kiss, Paula Rivera, Sky Dorim, Steffutech, and TNS Mum. And you know what, my loves? I think I'm going to leave it on the note of, I don't want to be part of a world where there are no fries. No!
Well, there's certainly been some secret snaffling going on here, hasn't there?